What is a sustainable business strategy? Business strategies, in theory, are simple: have a plan that helps your company reach its goals. But with the complex world of business, these plans can get very complicated. What is a sustainable business strategy? Sustainable businesses focus on creating long-term value for their stakeholders. This means creating a business model that does not negatively impact the environment and society over the long term. Businesses are constantly looking for ways to improve their operations, reduce costs, and increase profits. However, this can come at the expense of other factors such as the environment and stockholders. A sustainable business model is a way to balance these competing forces while still growing and thriving as a company. What is a sustainable business strategy? A sustainable business strategy is a way to balance these competing forces while still growing and thriving as a company. A sustainable business model combines different strategies into a coherent whole. It is focused on creating long-term value for stakeholders, thus making the plan sustainable. In order to create an effective strategy, it is important to identify the different factors that contribute to your business's success. A sustainable business model will help your company thrive over time and create value for both you and your stakeholders. Why is it important to develop a sustainable business strategy? A sustainable business strategy is important because it helps your company maintain long-term value. This means you'll be able to provide for your stakeholders in the future, and not have to worry about the effects of any decision you make today negatively impacting your company. It also means that your company will be more environmentally conscious, and less likely to fail from factors such as a lack of profitability. Developing a sustainable business model can help your company at every phase of its life cycle. In the beginning, it can help you establish a customer base that will stay with you over time while still providing value for customers. Furthermore, it can help investors who understand where their money is being put towards and have faith in the future outlook of the company. 3 strategies to help you create a sustainable business model. The following 3 strategies are great for creating a sustainable business model. Improve your product, reduce your costs, increase your profits. 3 ways your company can develop a sustainable business strategy. Diversify your costs. By increasing the number of sources of revenue, you can reduce risk and diversify your financial portfolio. Increase efficiency. When you have a mission-driven vision, it will be easier to cut costs while maintaining quality. Empower employees. Connecting your employees with their company's mission will increase motivation and morale. This will result in them doing better work, which will then improve operations. Helping hands, partners, investors, and employees. One of the best ways to build a sustainable business model is to involve valuable partners. Partners can help to provide important services that you may be unable to provide on your own, like finding funding or building new infrastructure. Some partnerships are even more meaningful than others, such as partnerships with investors and employees. When looking for potential partners, make sure they share your values and have the same goals in mind. If you can't find someone who shares your values and has the same goals, it's best to stay away from them because they may not be a good fit for the company in the long term. Employees are also an integral part of a sustainable business strategy. Employees can help support your company in different ways, most notably by working hard while maintaining a high level of productivity. Proper management is key if you want your employees to work as hard as possible without burning out or quitting. Sustainable strategy, the benefits and how to create one for your business. In today's world, we are constantly being bombarded with advertisements that promise us a better life. The advertisements promise us wealth, security, and a better tomorrow if only we can buy the latest product or service that is going to bring us happiness. These advertisements are very successful because they tap into our emotions. They make us feel hope and optimism about the future. Creating a sustainable business strategy is one of the most important steps you can take in order to create a more prosperous future for your company and your employees. Creating a sustainable business strategy will give you the financial stability you need to grow your company, hire new employees, and expand operations throughout the year instead of just at certain times of the year. It will also give you the resources you need so that retirement is not an issue when you retire from your job, or when it's time for you to hand over the reins to someone else. Why is a sustainable business strategy important? There is a lot of focus placed on the short-term and immediate benefits in today's society. We are constantly hearing that millennials have unrealistic expectations when it comes to what they want in their career, but the truth is they do not have unrealistic expectations. They know that there will be challenges along the way, but they also know that the challenges can be overcome with proper planning and strategy. A sustainable business strategy will give you the necessary tools and resources so that you can grow your company, without having to worry about all of the financial restraints that come with obtaining new customers or investors. It will give you the stability needed to continue operations for years to come instead of just months or weeks. Lastly, a sustainable business strategy will ensure that your retirement is not an issue when you retire from your job or hand over control of your company to someone else. When you create a sustainable business strategy, no matter how hard things get, you know that everything is going to work out in the end. What are the benefits of a sustainable business strategy? A sustainable business strategy is one that can be sustained for the long haul. The benefits of a sustainable business strategy are many and include patience, ability to weather economic fluctuations, staying profitable during difficult times, valuing your employees as assets instead of liabilities, ensuring your company will always have growth potential. In order to create a sustainable business strategy, you should consider the following questions before beginning the process of creating one. 1. What are my company's goals? Why do we exist? 2. What are our resources? What is our biggest competitive advantage? 3. How do I want my company to be perceived by current and future customers? How to create a sustainable business strategy. Developing a sustainable business strategy for your company will require careful consideration about your company's financials, the industry you are in, and how to make sure your business has a future. There are many ways to create a sustainable business strategy for your company, but one of the best ways is by creating an annual plan. An annual plan will give you a year-long snapshot of all the goals you have set for yourself and what strategies you are using to achieve them. Your annual plan should include goals that will help you reach long-term sustainability and growth. The following steps can be used to develop a sustainable business strategy. 1. Determine which different aspects of your business need focus in order to have a sustainable future. 2. Set measurable goals for each different aspect of your business. 3. Prioritize those goals according to their importance. 4. Create milestones and benchmarks that can measure when those milestones are achieved. Step 0. Understanding your current financial situation before you start creating a sustainable business strategy. It's important that you understand your current financial situation. You need to know how much money you have available in the bank, what debt you have, and where your company stands in terms of profitability. A sustainable business strategy can only be created once you know everything from your past performance to the present. Step 1. Defining your core values and goals. The first step in creating a sustainable business strategy is to define your company's core values and goals. What are your company's core values? What do you want to accomplish in the future? What does your company stand for? How will you measure success for achieving these goals? What are your short-term and long-term goals? Step 2. Assessing the current state of your finances and operations. The first step in creating a sustainable business strategy is to assess the current state of your finances and operations. The assessment will provide you with a snapshot of where your company currently stands, as well as giving you an idea of what direction it would like to go. Some important information that needs to be assessed are cash flow, market trends, competition, customer satisfaction, and other factors that may affect your company's future. Step 3. Determining whether you currently have a sustainable business strategy or not. In order to make sure you have a sustainable business strategy, it is important to determine if your business already has one by asking yourself these questions. Do you have a clear vision for the future? Have you generated an annual plan for your business? Have you implemented strategies that ensure the success of your business and its employees in the long run? If the answer to any of these questions is no, then it may be time to create a sustainable business strategy. Sustainable business strategy for a positive social and environmental impact. As the world becomes more connected and competitive, organizations need to transform to stay relevant. This means rethinking your business strategy, focusing on your core competencies, and operating in a sustainable manner. While some transformations can be challenging for others, It's important for any organization to look at ways they can operate more effectively in order to remain viable. A business strategy that focuses on the external factors of your company, such as customers, vendors, and other businesses, is called a positive social and environmental impact, 3PS strategy. It enables organizations to become more resilient by reducing their vulnerability to external shocks through resilience-building activities, such as stakeholder management, risk analysis, and project management. This article explores 5 key principles of a positive social and environmental impact business strategy. Principles of a positive social and environmental impact business strategy. It starts with the customer. Focus on core competencies, create resilience through strategic activities, leverage your resources to take advantage of opportunities, measure and reward success. One of the key principles to a positive social and environmental impact business strategy is sustainability. Sustainability refers to the ability of an organization to remain viable over time. When organizations focus on driving opportunities for sustainable growth, they can capitalize on new opportunities in the market and gain competitive advantages. Another important principle is that all employees in your company need to be engaged in a positive social and environmental impact business strategy. It's not enough for managers to do their jobs, everyone needs to commit to building a stronger organization. Another principle is stakeholder management. In order for an organization to operate successfully, it must engage with all key stakeholders in its operations: customers, suppliers, financial partners, and other external entities. Achieving a positive social and environmental impact business strategy requires an understanding of how these stakeholders will benefit from your efforts if you succeed, and what they stand to lose if you fail. A final principle is risk analysis, which involves identifying risks by analyzing the different scenarios that could occur as well as how they would affect key stakeholders in your company. By understanding these risks, you can proactively manage them before they affect your organization's bottom line or diminish organizational effectiveness. Identify your negative externalities and build resilience. It's important to identify the externalities that can negatively impact your business and build resilience by addressing those aspects. The article goes on to explain how key stakeholders are essential in identifying and tackling these externalities. The 5 guiding principles for a positive social and environmental impact strategy are: 1. Actively engage with stakeholders. 2. Maximize resources. 3. Prioritize risk management. 4. Emphasize project management. 5. Be flexible. Create sustainable growth for long-term viability. A 3PS strategy is a way of operating that enables an organization to create sustainable growth for long-term viability. It asks the essential questions: how can we make our business more resilient, and how can we reduce our vulnerability to external shocks? Organizations should identify what they are good at and focus on those areas. The best way to do this is by identifying their core competencies and strengths. Once you have identified your core competencies, you will develop a 3PS strategy for allocating resources in order to gain the maximum value from them. Most importantly, your strategy should be based on what's sustainable for your company so that it doesn't end up being short-term or unsustainable. Incorporate environmental, social, and governance (ESG) investing into project decision-making process. The sustainability of your company's business strategy and the 3PS strategy needs to be ingrained into the project decision-making process. At its core, ESG investing enables organizations to invest in companies whose values align with their own. It is about finding companies that share your values for maximizing impact and leveraging these companies as an investment opportunity. ESG investing also helps organizations avoid issues such as social and environmental scandals, reputational risks, and legal disputes. ESG investing can be considered a proxy indicator for assessing an organization's risk profile. This is because it assesses how likely a company is to perform poorly based on its size, age, financial performance, and more. The strategies cover all aspects of the organization's life cycle, including pre-production, production, and after-supporting operations, to ensure that they have a positive social and environmental impact. Continuously strengthen your strategy over time. One of the most important principles of a positive social and environmental impact strategy is to continuously strengthen your strategy over time. With a 3PS strategy, you can anticipate future changes in the market and create a plan for staying ahead of your competitors. This means that each year, you can use data from the year prior to determine how you could be more innovative with your existing strategy. These strategies not only help reduce your risk, but also build resilience in order to address any anticipated shocks that may arise. Another principle is to focus on what truly drives sustained performance and profit growth. You should be sure not to adopt a short-term solution that might result in lower revenue and profitability for the organization. Instead, concentrate on activities that will help your company stay relevant and avoid loss of market share by being proactive, rather than reactive in moving forward. Another key principle is to value diversity while operating in an inclusive manner. By building employee engagement across different levels within the organization, from leadership down through staff, you can achieve greater efficiency and operational effectiveness. Why all businesses should embrace sustainability. Businesses today face a variety of pressures. Many growing businesses operate in fast-paced environments where it's difficult to find the right balance between output and profitability. But operating sustainably is not a cost, it's an investment in tomorrow, today, and tomorrow. It also creates long-term opportunities for your business. By embracing sustainability, you will be able to attract and retain top talent, increase brand trust and loyalty, and transform your company into a more sustainable organization. Before reading this article, you might be wondering if there is any point in making an effort to embrace sustainability within your business. We have researched more than 100 articles on the subject of working towards sustainability so that you don't have to spend time searching for information. We did it for you. What is sustainability? The word sustainability literally translates to the capacity of an ecological system or human activity to maintain its current form, structure, and function in the face of changes in internal or external conditions. So when you hear people talk about sustainability, what they really mean is the ability of a company to be profitable while also operating in a way that is environmentally responsible. Being sustainable means making decisions with long-term goals in mind. It means understanding that there are costs for being environmentally friendly now and reaping the benefits tomorrow. For example, by reducing your carbon footprint today, you can reduce your energy costs over time and save money on pollution. Why all businesses should embrace sustainability? Sustainability is not a cost, it's an investment in the future of your company. Companies embrace sustainability because it increases brand trust and loyalty and creates long-term opportunities for your business. Growing businesses today face a variety of pressures, and it's difficult to find the right balance between output and profitability. Sustainability offers unique opportunities in terms of not just increasing brand trust, but also attracting and retaining top talent, which allows businesses to transform into more sustainable organizations. Businesses should embrace sustainable practices because they will be able to increase their long-term financial prospects through increased brand satisfaction, incentivizing employees to stick around while also promoting their values and positioning them as leaders in a competitive market. Thinking ahead with a long-term vision. Sustainability is about thinking ahead and making the right choices for your business. It's about having a long-term vision, and it's about considering the future of your company. But it doesn't have to be difficult or time-consuming. In fact, sustainability initiatives can happen quickly. The key is to have an overall strategy in place that will help you make better decisions today, so that your company can continue to grow into the future. Here are some simple ways you can implement sustainable practices into your company's day-to-day operations. Reduce energy use by 30% in areas such as heating and cooling. Increase recycling by 50%. Increase renewable energy utilization by 10%. Unplug and use devices. Turn off lights when not needed. Change to energy-efficient light bulbs. Plan ahead for peak usage times with smart scheduling tools like Google Calendar or MS Exchange Server. Look at ways to reduce waste by reusing materials or repurposing products. Staying informed about the current state of affairs. The first step to being sustainable is making sure you are informed about the current state of affairs. If you don't know where your company stands, it will be difficult for you to make progress towards sustainability. One way that companies can stay informed is by taking steps towards measuring their sustainability performance. Additionally, Companies should also join a network of like-minded businesses that want to take action together and share best practices and insights from around the world. Building for change, creating new habits and processes to become more sustainable. You need to build for change. A successful strategy for building for change is creating new habits and processes. When you take a step back and examine the current state of your company, it's easy to identify opportunities to make change. Identify where you can make changes that will directly impact sustainability, such as reducing the amount of waste going into landfills or polluting the environment in other ways. If you are unsure about how to make these changes, speak with someone from your company that has experience in this area or seek out guidance from a consultant who specializes in green business practices. Bottom line, sustainability is the practice of balancing environmental, social, and economic needs. Entrepreneurs and businesses are becoming more aware of the concept of sustainability. The goal is to create a business that draws on natural resources while also meeting societal needs. One way to do this is through your marketing strategy. Social media can be a powerful tool for advocating sustainability in your business. Even if you aren't actively marketing, social media can still help grow awareness within your business community about sustainability. For example, you could use social media to share information about how your company uses resources efficiently or shares its profits with its employees and vendors. How do we engage with stakeholders on sustainability? Engaging stakeholders on sustainability is one of the most important activities that you can do when working with a broader group to implement a sustainability plan. It's also one of the most challenging. Stakeholders are everyone who will be affected by your organization's actions and policies. They may be employees, customers, suppliers, community members, investors, or any other party who has anything to gain or lose based on your organization's actions. Engaging stakeholders means getting input from them to help create a sustainable plan and ultimately implement it into your business practices. Asking stakeholders for their input isn't just important, it's essential. Many times we don't realize how much influence people have in our lives until they no longer belong to it any longer. When working with stakeholders, it helps if you have a clear understanding of what their goals are and the benefits they stand to gain from having you adopt their suggestions for change. You should ask yourself these 5 questions before engaging anyone in order to promote a positive outcome. What do you want to see happen? What are the goals you want to achieve? What is it you need from this engagement? What will happen if this plan isn't implemented? How can I make sure that everyone's needs are met? How do I measure success? Why is it important to you? What is the purpose of this engagement? Why do you want to engage with these people? Could you share what the intended outcome will be for them? How will the engagement happen? Who are the important stakeholders that should be involved? Who else should be involved in the conversation? Once you've identified the stakeholders you'll be engaging with, it's time to start talking to them. The first question to ask is who else should be involved in the conversation? It may seem like a simple question, but there are many ways that this could go. You could ask for their input on your website, if you have one, or social media profiles. Invite them to attend meetings that are planned for those groups. Ask if they would like input on an email survey or other questionnaire. Contact a representative from each organization and arrange an in-person meeting, depending on what is more convenient for them. Another option is contacting all of the people mentioned above and asking them to form a single group, which could be called stakeholders or stakeholder groups. This allows everyone to avoid duplication of effort and makes it much easier for everyone involved to attend meetings, meet in person, communicate electronically, and generally keep up with what's going on. How can we make progress together? What are your goals from engaging with us? What is the benefit for you in collaborating with our organization? What can we do together to make progress? How will you benefit from this collaboration? What are your expectations for this process? How do we know when we've accomplished what we set out to do? First and foremost, when you've achieved your objectives, it is important that you can clearly and concisely measure the achievement. By measuring your success, you will be able to know if what you are doing is making a difference. Another helpful way of measuring the success of your engagement is through feedback from stakeholders. Ask for feedback on how well what you are doing communicates with your stakeholders, and whether or not they feel like their concerns have been met. Questions like these will help you avoid being blindsided by what you might otherwise not have expected, and will also give you valuable insight into how to improve future engagements as well as demonstrate the success of your work. How do we accomplish our goals? You need to understand what your goal is before embarking on your engagement. Your goal could be anything from increasing brand awareness to preparing for a business meeting, or getting people in the door of a business center. You should make sure that this goal is written down and communicated clearly to stakeholders, so they can see where their input fits in with achieving it. What benefits do we stand to gain from engaging in this project? An important thing to consider before doing any engagement with stakeholders is whether or not there are going to be any tangible benefits for them in participating. This doesn't mean that there won't be any benefits, but rather that whatever those benefits may be should be made clear before proceeding with an engagement. For example, if one of the goals was increased awareness,